Hello everybody, this is Lilla in Hawaii. I'm going to present to you today a couple of my French things. You know, I very much love France, not necessarily Paris, but more Provence. And so when I'm there, and I go there fairly often, when I say often, every couple of years, I go there and look at, the countryside and the little shops and the little alleyways and the thrift stores and flea markets and so forth, and I try and pick up on people and what they do, and everything is still, let's say, a little bit frugal, I find there. So there's a lot of making use of worn clothing, worn rugs, worn eiderdowns and so forth. They cut them up and reuse them. Not always, but that materials basically are quite expensive. So with that idea, I developed this style of stitching, which you can find too in France, but I call it mending stitches. So this, I'm just going to show you a couple of things. This particular mending stitch item, that's it. Let me see, is this the one? Yes, this one is in the current issue of Somerset. You may or may not know, but I write articles for the Somerset magazines and design projects, and so this is in the current issue, which came out, I think, beginning of December, and it should be in Barnes & Noble. I've seen it there, here in the islands. So this is made with French fabrics, French toile, ticking, and then a lot of my hand sewing, and I embroidered P for Paris there. So there's lots and lots of, I call mending stitches, which means they're not fancy stitches, they're basic, just basic stitches. So that's the one I've just received back from the magazine when I photographed it. And here I have another one that I'm going to unwrap. This is another project, and the way this came about, it's also in the category of mending stitches for this. This is the wrap, and it's a wrap for a book. And a friend of mine here in Hawaii, his parents went to France years ago, and they brought back tea towels, the genuine striped French tea towels. And so my friend had a couple she's given me, and I've used for various projects. This one had a little boo-boo, a little rip there, which I really liked. I used that as part of the treatment with the mending stitches. So that's the front of it, and there's the back of it. And then in the center, this is a tray cloth, or a side table cloth, and in the center I did similar things to the other one, mending stitches, which are just running stitches, really, mending stitches, and ripping holes in fabric. Sometimes if it didn't have a hole, I ripped one anyway and then mended it. So that's the wrap for this book, and this book is one of my French books, and I've made similar over the years. And this particular one, I've put a beaded charm on the side of it. Don't always do that, but this time I just thought I wanted to do that. And it's called France. It has some mending stitches, but more machine stitchery on this one. The back of it is like that, with some embroidery that I did, and the date 1814. So that's how that looks. When it's opened that way, of course, it looks like that. I'm just going to go through fairly quickly because I don't want this to be very long. So this is the beginning page. This is about a woman who lives in France now, but left it for a while and then came back because she thought it was the best place to live on earth. So there's some tuck spots there. There's a patch here and a tuck spot here, or I guess you'd call it, where you can slip in a little thing, and I did that. There are birds in this too, so I was going to make a bird to go in it. In fact, I've made the bird. And again, mending stitches here around flattened yo-yos, and this is a little fabric tag. On this side, these stitches were done on the sewing machine to resemble cross-stitching, and of course a tag inside there. Here is another little pocket or two. This pocket, I haven't put anything in it yet. Got a sore finger, so I can't open that too well, but anyway. And then this one was a piece of a doily, and I've put the word P on there, and it has some tags too. These are fabric tags in there. This side, another pocket, and because it's got a pretty French, there's actually a French button here, I didn't want to put a tag in there that would cover it up, so I haven't added one, but I will make something. And then on this side is a French street scene with some French ribbon and another tag I made in the French theme. I put little tabs on the sides of the pages, page turners. On this one, what have I got? I've got a little flap that could be, you could put something underneath, and then I embroidered a little heart there. This side, I embroidered, what I embroidered there, amour there, and this is just sort of collaged applique with fabrics. On this one I've made a diagonal pocket, and I did a little stitchery, again sort of in the mending stitch theme, and along here too, so that it's not fancy stitchery, it's just, you know, the country stitchery from Provence. And inside that one we have another tag. On this side I've got oh yes, this is where the bird goes that has fallen out. This is I don't know what you call that. It's kind of a half a pocket, but a bird goes in there, and I'll have to find my bird. For a bit of colour I made the bird, and I made this out of cardboard, doubled, and then painted it. It was just plain, and then I added a little piece of beach glass here, feather, and a diamante eye, and on the other side it's like that. So that actually goes under there, so the recipient can look and, oh yes, there's a bird under there, instead of there being nothing under there. The ribbons I used throughout are from France, and here's another tag that I added to the top with some tabs. Haven't put anything under it, but you could write under there, put whatever you wanted under there. The fabrics are French toile, and this is the back page. Finally came to the back page, and this one has this is like a tuck spot, you might say, where you can put something under here. Even writing equipment, I thought it'd be nice to put perhaps a pen or pencil under there, and an eraser and some notepaper or some tags or something like that. And then here is another pocket here, and then some lace, of course, added at the top. There you are, and that's it. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed that. This is going to probably go for sale pretty soon. I think on this too, I didn't show you, but I did put a little charm of the Eiffel Tower as well as other charms, and most of them were little trinkety things I picked up in flea markets in Paris. So if you look at it that way, all those little bits came from France somewhere. Not easy to find, I might add. But anyway, thanks for watching. Bye-bye.